Good morning everybody, my name is Osa. We are on Farming Simulator 19, Oakfield Farm Farming Agency Edition. It's Monday. Okay. Groundhog walking down the street. Well, there you go. Don't see that every day. Anyway, yes, it's Monday. It's the day after Independence Day in the US, and I don't have to work today. So we get a bonus edition of our show, stream, whatever you want to call it. Now, yesterday off camera, I did send a worker out here to mow the grass, which is why it's so straight, and looks like I missed the bottom corner. But, well. I did manage to complete the Spelt contract, which gave us just shy of £20,000 and exactly enough straw to empty the baler. So let's do that. I think the problem I have here is A, hills, and B, well, just hills really. None of my tractors like hills, and I think it's the extended driving mod or whatever it is I'm using. So the extended driving mod doesn't seem to work with our Land Rover, so we have basically lost all our Land Rovers options, and we'll be sticking with the in-game 1978 truck, at least for the time being. Maybe we'll be switching to something else. I'll check out the mod hub and some other mod sites that I use to see if I can find a more appropriate truck, but we're going to have to live with what we got for now. Curtains, good morning. Welcome to the day after Independence Day. Well, it's my standard. My stream on American holidays, because normally Mrs. Osa likes to sleep in for those mornings, and teenage Osa similar. So I get the mornings to myself, much like a Saturday, and I don't have to be anywhere. It's supposed to be 90 degrees outside today, and I need to do at least some yard work. Although that's probably, for the most part, going to involve sitting on a tractor and driving around for a bit. Well, tractor. Ride-on lawnmower. So there's that to look forward to later. But, yeah, so we get to do... Oh, come on, turn. Part of the problem is, of course, the four-wheel steer. I should probably disengage it when I'm hauling the baler, because it really doesn't... I can't use the full turning radius of the JCB. Where's the button? Not turn off baler steering mode. Toggle steering mode. Let's try that. 15 front wheel steering. That will work nicely. Okay. Now we can still out-turn the hitch, but for the most part it's not going to be quite as drastic as with four-wheel steering on. So anyway, so I did worker doing the mowing in this field, and I finished off the contract. We ended up with a fair amount of Spelt, so that's way down here. That's hay, blah. Spelt. We've ended up with 57,000 litres of the stuff in our silos, so not too shabby. And yeah, we're back on our own fields for a while. I'm expecting, it's late summer, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We've got the 2 grass fields were at the ready to harvest stage. I don't think, strictly speaking, that they are maximum harvest. Plus, I think I forgot to do the fertilizer thing on them. So that's a little bit of a problem. This tractor doesn't look like that hill. And I didn't do that corner. I could have made more bales, but oh well. And around the corner and down the hill and to Grandma's house we go. Ooh. And it's not because we don't have the horsepower to do this. At least I don't think it is. Let's do that. And no. Yeah, let's do that. Garage. JCB has 235 horsepower. I'm going to find out now that this baler needs way more than that, aren't I? 230. Well, okay. So we're barely sufficient. The other vehicle we have that's on the field right now is the Case, which is 260. Maybe we should swap. Okay, we'll get to the top. We'll switch to the Case, because that has a little bit excess. Not that I really expect it to be that significant, although in straight line we're doing reasonably okay. I mean, in the past I've usually put the class on this baler with much more success, but anyway. Well, I think a combination of the mods I'm actually running. So we turn that off. We'll lift it. We'll drop it. Oh, yeah, let's select the baler and then drop it. Okay. And I'll put the baler over, or the JCB over here. I won't hitch it up right away. Control engine off. Let's there we go. And engine. Come on. So a little bit more horsepower, wider wheels, wheel weights on the back and the front. Should give us better traction for the hills, although I don't think we have a traction problem. I just think we have a gravity problem. Put that on and I could grab the hay while we're here as well, because that won't mess up the grass once the bale's started. There you go, 12 miles an hour in a baler. Obviously not sure how we'll do on the hills, especially if I take another right-hand turn at the bottom. Probably not going to do that, because that bale's there. Yeah, so yesterday, because it was a Sunday, we had our normal morning service at church, and then we had a family day, because the guy who normally does fireworks has retired due to not doing fireworks last year for obvious reasons, and the ATF have changed the rules for firework organisers, so he can't be bothered because he's retiring age. He was just doing it as a favour and giving us a huge discount on our display, but nobody else willing to give us that discount, and firework displays are very expensive, so we may not ever be doing that again. But we got some guy in with a bunch of bouncy houses. There was an archery competition, a horseshoe throwing competition, and various other fun and events and stuff to keep the kids involved, and good family day all round. We had a late afternoon evening service, and then came home. Obviously didn't get the Sunday afternoon nap because, well, it's difficult to nap at church with kids running around and having fun and screaming and shouting. Archery contest was fun. Not that I participated, but our building contractor, who does work around our house when we need him to, he hunts with a bow, and also just he's got all the stuff. He won the competition. He was kind of joking before the competition started that he probably shouldn't enter because he didn't want to embarrass anyone. Although that said, he was maximum points for the tournament was 80, and he was 62. And our pastor, who also hunts with the bow but doesn't do competition shooting, came in second, only 7 points behind him. Do it this way because it's just a little bit easier. Yeah, even this tractor struggles, and I'm not sure the class with, what was it, 380, 390 horsepower would do much better hauling all of this up a hill. So we've got 1,000 litres in there. I can grab the hay and it's not going to make any difference at all. I mean, on reflection, I probably should have taken the time to run the headland with the mower and then let the worker loose, because we wouldn't have rows of hay in the hedge rows. But, I was more concerned with completing the harvesting contract quickly than I was just cutting the grass. I just wanted the grass cut at least reasonably well. This is just going to be straight income, mid-year income. Obviously we'll be storing it somewhere. I might take it down to the BGA and store it there, but we'll be doing that. I have been playing this map for a long while, yes, although we did have a bit of a hiccup last winter when my hard drive crashed and I completely lost the game save. But yes, this map has been going on for a long time. We are, what are we, episode 79? 79 is 3 to 4 hours per stream, plus a couple of hours off a fair few hours off stream as well. So calculate that as you will. I'm still not sure we did as much as we have done or I did on Lawfolds, but Lawfolds wasn't streamed initially. It was the first farm I streamed in 17. Yes, this one has been all with seasons, but for this latest year, we moved from Oxygen David's version of the map to the Farming Agency version. So we've now got Maize Plus running, and I also added Precision Farming to the mix. So we're pretty much playing with all the things and all the stuff. And long hauler, good morning. We had a good 4th, as I said just a few minutes ago. It was because it was Sunday. We ended up doing a Sunday family day at church, which was good, and all the kids got to have fun, and the adults got to talk to each other and do things, and there were a few competitions, and then we all sang songs and went home. We did have a normal morning service, but outside of that, it was just a fun day. We didn't, as a family, we didn't do much in the way of fireworks at all this year, because the church didn't do it for the first time since we remember, and I don't know about any of the local events. We just didn't bother looking into it. But that's okay. And we're not going to be doing hot dogs today. We don't have any hot dogs. But we'll be doing some, something with potato salad and sort of something in buns and what have you. But today is the first day of Tino Josa's schooling, because she's going to be homeschooling. Problem is because she was in foster care for a while, she seriously got left behind at school, and I mean it's a problem, but I can understand why it happens because of the way teachers are incentivized. The teacher is incentivized to have a good class, and if you've got 20 students that have been there since the beginning of the year and one student that's dropped in the middle of the year and is way behind, they don't take the time to ensure that that student's education is of a sufficient standard. So at the end of the year, that student's fallen behind, and the unscrupulous teachers will give them a passing grade, because otherwise anything else would make them look bad. And so, our daughter's been receiving, she's doing really well at school, and reading she's 4 grades behind. Math, she's maybe only 3 grades behind, but still, she likes math, so she puts in a little bit more evidence, she puts in a little more effort is the word. I knew I was looking for the word with E. So anyway, being 4 grades behind where she needs to be, we've decided to homeschool her, and she started school today, just so she's on a path to somewhat catch up. Okay, that looks like we are pretty much done here. Looks like I got most of the detritus at the field entrance, so we will turn that off. Pump the bales out the back. Of course, I can't tell the difference of the bales moving and the shadows of the trees. But anyway, we should lift up the thing. We'll fold up the baler. We'll head over to the other field. We'll bale all the fields first, then we'll go round and wrap them all. Well, I might be able to pop out and buy some hot dogs. Mrs. Osa made 2 meatloafs on Friday, so she's suggesting we can always heat up the second one and have it between some slices of bread or buns and call that good. Try and avoid killing as much grass as possible as we head round here. This is our supplementary grass field. Although, I mean, I could use that sheep field over there, which doesn't automatically fill the trough like it's supposed to, but I don't know. I decided to use this cow field. I could actually stop driving all over this, cut the grass in the sheep field in order to feed the sheep, and use that pasture there also for the silage generation. Because that's most of what we're doing here. Ugh. I haven't had any problems with my internet provider. I am on, what is it? Xfinity, so Comcast, and back when we were in California and Texas, I had nothing but grief from Comcast. And the problem was because I was expected to work from home off hours. It was just a horrible event, because you sort of, the internet's down for the entire weekend. Well, if I get called, I'm going to have to go into the office and persuade the security guard to let me in, and just too much hassle. But when we moved out to where I'm living now, what was it? No, it was before then. It was getting to the point where I'm on DSL. DSL is very reliable, but all of a sudden our DSL service started getting super unreliable as well. So I just said, no, I don't care too much about the speed. Obviously high-speed internet is good to have, but what I really don't need is internet that doesn't work a lot, for extended periods of time, or is very spotty. So we dropped DSL a fair few years ago and went to cable because they were much faster, and I don't really need 24/7 365 internet, although streaming, it means that I can't stream if it's down. But I don't think I've had a down day here since we switched, so not bad, I guess. Anyway, so this field's tiny. We get about 8 bales out of it. We'd get a lot more out of that one if I bothered to cut it. So maybe we'll stop driving across this and we'll cut that field or that pasture in winter, and then I could do it now. I could plough it under and replant it as grass, and we'd get a much better yield from it by fertilising it and everything else. Maybe we'll do that because we've got the time. And I think we're allowed to plant grass right now. Okay, we are at 3,000. 953 litres. Let's see what we can make up. 4,000. 40. Well, okay. It is off. Unloading. Raise the pickup. Probably should have raised the pickup already. So there's still very well. Oh, let's pick up the rest of the stuff around here, because there's quite a lot that I missed. It's not enough for a full bale, but well, next one's going to be clover. I think the clover fields are going to be ready to bale tomorrow. Maybe I'll put the mower on and go and do that cow pasture anyway. How about that? And then last time I did clover, because we had, oh no, it was straw. I was harvesting our triticale, and we still had a little bit of grass in the baler. So the first bale that came out was grass. So I dropped that in the sheep trough loading area, so that, yeah, this really isn't worth it. 200 litres. Okay. Turn that off, lift that up, fold that up, and we'll carefully drive around the edge. So, cut it or plough it? I think I should probably cut this field, so we'll leave this attached at the bottom. I'll go get the Challenger out. Okay, you're done, Challenger. My problem at the moment is my PC is occasionally messing up. It takes usually within the first 2 minutes it will not recognize the sound card or the graphics card, and it will take time to actually initialize them so that the graphics are in my preferred format, dimensions, whatever, and it won't load the sound card, so I can't get sort of stereo sound and everything else. And I prefer my sound card because the speakers that are plugged into it are it's sort of Dolby surround system. Not that I've got it set up like that way, but the speakers have a volume control sitting on the desk. So if something's loud, I can just reach over and turn the volume down, as opposed to adjusting settings on the PC, which is always a pain. But the only other sound I get is out of the monitor through the HDMI circuit. And yeah, the monitor has a volume buttons underneath the front edge, which means reaching further, or adjusting, as I said, adjusting the sound levels on the PC itself through Windows, and that's not always convenient when you're you're in a game in full screen mode. I've got to tab out, I've got to move the mouse around. Meanwhile, whatever's making